Hi y'all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup you already own. If that sounds good to you, I hope you will consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's video, hitting the like button. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about some new makeup. We are going to talk about specifically the new Pat McGrath Holiday collection, which is dropping on the 23rd, which is this Friday. So yeah, let's get into it because I want to talk to you guys not only just about the collection, but about what I'm purchasing and why my order is going to be pretty small. Let's get into it. All right, so first let's talk about the large palette in the collection. And she is calling this her Celestial Nirvana collection. So the Mothership Mega, as she calls her holiday palettes, she showed on her website, and if I can find the picture, I will try to put it up, but she showed on her website the breakdown of the palette into 4 or 3 sections of 6. So basically think of the palette as 3 6-pan palettes. And she did something similar with the original holiday palette that she first came out with in, I believe it was 2019, I believe. I could be wrong, could have been 2020. And what I like about it is I was on the fence about the palette until I saw this breakdown, because I think this is a really cool way to not only look at the palette and break it down and make it easier to digest as far as like what it actually is, but it also will make it really easy to create eye looks and to create cohesive color stories within your eye look. So this actually made me more interested in the palette. So definitely picking that up. Now I've been searching and I haven't found any prices yet for these items, which I find kind of curious because usually when she announces them, she usually puts those details on the website. You know, you can usually preview the collection and then you can find out all the information about it. But it looks like there's no pricing information as of yet. But I do know that the last year's Mega palette was around $75, which for a Pat McGrath palette is of this size, it's pretty good considering that her motherships are $125. I think it's a good price point for it. Is it affordable? You know, that's for you to decide, but I think in the range of her price points, I think it's pretty reasonable for the brand and for the size of the palette. She's also coming out with 3 new Dark Star mascaras. So she already has the original Dark Star mascara, which I tried. I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. I didn't hate it. I think it's good. I didn't think it was like the most amazing mascara I've ever tried. And I'm thinking of doing a mascara, like talking about all of the mascaras that I've tried this year, because I've tried a lot this year, surprisingly. When I was thinking about it, I have quite a few that I can talk about. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. But I was thinking of just going through and talking about all of the different mascaras I've tried in 2022. One of those being Dark Star. So she's coming out with the Dark Star mascara in an ultraviolet blue, aquamarine dream, and pink mystique. Additionally, it looks like she's coming out with, I really wish that we had more than just like reels to look at now. I miss real Instagram because I'm looking at photos and I keep coming up with reels and it's driving me bonkers. So in addition, she's also coming out with 2 6-pan palettes, and this is the first time that she's done this format of palettes, these like long 6-pans. They kind of remind me of like the Kaleidos palettes or the like Dose of Colors palettes, and these are not 6-pan but 5-pan. I just think these are really, really cool looking, and the color stories are not like groundbreaking, but I have to say that one at the bottom, that cool toned 5-pan, is calling my name. The one at the top, it looks a lot like the quad that she came out with last holiday, and I'm just not about that life. But the bottom one, that cool toned one, even with all the golds, which, you know, Pat is known for her golds, and if you own a lot of Pat, you've got gold coming out of your nose, coming out of your ears, but I still want it. I just think it's a really cool color story. She's got 2 blush and highlighter palettes. Let me see here. This one is called, oh, okay, so I found the names for the 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. The first one is Nude Allure, which is that warm toned one, and then Bronze Bliss, which is a cool platinum bronze. She's also coming out with, like I said, 2 blush and glow cheek palettes. So one is called Nude Venus. It has Divine Rose 3 and Sunset Nectar, it says, and these are new, apparently. Divine Rose, which comes with Desert Orchid 2, Nude Nectar, and Peony Rose. Now, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you know that Desert Orchid is my favorite blush. I'm wearing it right now. It is my go-to. The last blushes that I bought from Pat were the Blush Duo, which I was not impressed by, and I wound up decluttering. So I'm feeling a little gun shy about buying anything else as far as blushes right now from her. The Desert Orchid 2 kind of catches my eye because I'm like, Desert Orchid 2, that sounds amazing. But no, I'm going to skip these. I don't need these. I don't need a 4-pan blush palette and a highlighter. I don't need a face palette. This is essentially a face palette, and I don't need a face palette. So these are a skip for me. She's also coming out with 2, I think it was one a blush or was one a highlighter. Okay, so one is a single blush, which is called the Nude Venus 2. It's a peach nude with a satin pearl finish. And then she's coming out with Venetian Nude highlighter, which is a peach nude with silver sparkle. So she's coming out with 2 cheek palettes and 1 singular blush and a singular highlighter. I don't quite know that we need both of those. I think it would have been nice if she had come out with 2 more highlighters like she did last holiday. I love the imprints on these though. These are stunning. And the swatches make it look really cool. Like the colors look beautiful. That blush actually looks really pretty. But again, I'm not in the market for another powder highlighter. Like I said before, I haven't been wearing a lot of my powder highlighters. I'm wearing a powder highlight today because I really wanted a little extra oomph. But generally, I've been really relying on my like glowy blushes for glow. So yeah, that's a skip for me. The blush is beautiful. This is kind of catching my eye now that I'm looking at the swatches a little bit more, but I don't know how I would like it on my skin tone. It's very pretty, but I feel like it might look a little chalky, just a little. She's also coming out with 2 lipsticks, and the imprints on these are stunning. This is one of those situations where I don't need either shade, and if I were to purchase this, it would be for the packaging, and I fully acknowledge that. But I am skipping these. So the 2 lipsticks are in her matte trans formula. One is nude coral. Nude Venus, and it is a nude coral. And then the second is Forbidden Love, which is a classic red. She has a million reds. She has a million nudes. I don't feel like these are going to be that different from what she has in her collection already. She's also coming out with a Velvet Kohl eyeliner, which she come out with before, and she's brought it back. So it's a Kohl eyeliner in extreme black. And then she's doing a mini Divino lip duo in the shades Nude Venus and Temptress. So this is quite an extensive collection. And I'll show the swatches of the lipsticks here. They both look stunning. That Nude Venus though. See, this is how she gets me with her lip swatches. But I will say I find her lip swatches to be a little bit of false advertising because the shades are usually just a slightly bit different. Quite an extensive holiday collection. So let's talk about what I am buying. And I can give you guys a spoiler alert. Like I said it earlier, so it's not really a spoiler, but I'm not buying a whole lot. I'm buying 2 things. I am buying the Mega Palette and I am buying the Platinum Bronze 5-pan. And that's it. I feel very good about my choices. I looked at the entire collection. I tried not to get sucked in by packaging and the embellishments. And I'm not gonna lie, that blush that I was just talking about, I'm thinking about, and I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. The lipstick's really pretty, but I have a ton of lipsticks. I don't necessarily, like if I were to buy one, it would probably be the nude one. But again, I have to be critical about why I'm interested in those. I'm interested in them because the swatches look amazing, but her promotional photos always look amazing. I'm interested in because of the embellishment, the embossing on the lipstick and the packaging. Stunning, beautiful. But also I have to keep in mind that the matte trans formula isn't my favorite formula. Like if I had to choose a matte formula, I would choose a different one. Like that's, and I own a lot of matte trans, of her matte trans lipsticks, and I do like them, but again, it's not my favorite formula. And for someone who has a ton of lipsticks, it doesn't really make sense to buy 2 more in a formula that's not one that I absolutely love, that I like, but I don't absolutely love. Not really. The same goes for the face palettes. They're cute and all, but again, I am trying to actively move past face palettes, and I'm actively panning certain things in face palettes, and I'm thinking of doing, and you guys let me know, I'm probably going to film it anyway, but I'm doing a video about things I want to pan before the end of the year. And one of those things is a bronzer in one of my face palettes. I want to pan it because I don't use my face palettes enough, and I can't justify bringing in more. Same goes for the highlighter. I'm not buying highlighters right now. And if I were to buy a highlighter, it would have to be something a bit more unique than that one. That one looks, there's nothing really grabbing me about that highlighter tone. I feel like you can kind of find something like that in a million different places. And then also the other, like I said, the other 5 pan reminds me a ton of the palette, that's the squad that she came out with in Holiday 2021, which was that, I think it's called Aurora Borealis. It's the little, and it's these mauvey pinky tones with some champagne. Same thing. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense for me to purchase anything else other than the 2 things that immediately grabbed my heart and the 2 things that I know that I would probably get some use out of. So those are the things that I am buying. The collection launches September 23rd. I believe VIP access starts 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. Let me double check that for you guys. Doesn't have a time on her Instagram, which I find very interesting because usually she does, but it is dropping the 23rd. It usually drops with 9 a.m. Eastern Standard access for VIP, and then 10 a.m. EST for everyone else. The only thing you need to do to be VIP is to sign up on her website with your email, and you'll get an email and you'll get a code, and all of her collections drop with a VIP early access code and a 10% discount. So if you have those, you can get the 10% discount. I will try to remember when it drops to drop the discount on my community page. I will also leave the link for the preview so that you guys can sign up if you haven't already, if you're interested in this collection. If you're not, skip it. If you've looked at everything in this collection and you were like, I'm not getting the fills for any of this, don't buy anything. Close your wallet, save your money for something that makes your heart sing. But for me, I am getting 2 of the items, the 2 things that made my heart sing. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you're purchasing anything from this collection, and if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.